What's up, guys? This is my last video for a while. I leave in about 6 days. 6 days for basic training at Fort Leonard. So this is my last video for a while. I figured I'd finally do an impression. I've been wanting to show my 1970 101st Airborne impression. It's loosely based off fire-based ripcord, but not quite. As I wanted to add, a little bit more to it. It's more of an overall example of the 101st Airborne during 1970 versus one particular unit, as most of my videos. Starting to head down, we're gonna have a helmet. So in 1970, a lot of guys actually want to be wearing the helmets. Most 101st were wearing ERDL boonie caps, but I don't have one. More military has been out of stock of his reproductions, and that's probably the best one I can get. So I'm gonna wait for him to go in stock. So I'm wearing the classic Woods Call of Duty bandana. So watch the cat.
The cat. Wait, you should show the cat.
Okay.
Joey.
Joey. Sorry for the mess.
That's Joey.
This little Joey.
Want that one?
Bandit.
Little bandito. We got balls now. So next up we have the weapon I've been using. It would have been a M16 A1. So I do have a jungle mag in here. Look at those babies. Just for quick reloads, which I'm not doing very well because.
Oh, Rocco! You just dropped him on the floor.
I'm gonna forget about him. I'm gonna fucking step on him. That's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
So we have the M16 with the jungle mag. Now, when doing jungle mags, you want to make sure you're using period correct tape. This is 100-mile-an-hour tape. So.
I found it the other day. He was holding it.
What was it?
Yeah, green tape.
Yeah. Where is it?
I think it was in Millie. I think he was having like.
Yeah, my dad took it a few months ago. John borrowed it for like 4 months, and then my dad took it without telling me like.
And then he blamed it
a
on
month
me.
ago. Then he said Eva took it.
It's like my green tape.
And then he replaced it with a piece of a water bottle wrapped in like a piece of the tape.
He goes, "Sorry, I used the rest of the tape." And you don't tell me where the rest of it is. But I can't be mad because this whole entire workshop burnt down. So.
Yeah.
So 100-mile-an-hour tape. It is gonna be the shade of green. Used from World War II, a little bit after Vietnam, probably. I mean, sure, modern day, I'm sure they're using duct tape, or they don't even need jungle mags anymore because they got 30 and 40 round magazines. So, next up on my kit, I'm wearing ERDLs. This is an original jacket with more military name tapes, and I have more military pants, so it's big pants, real jacket. That's why I kind of like to go with things because the pants you're gonna be tearing through a lot more than jackets. And then jackets, you're gonna have to spend money on them. You can spend $100 on a jacket, but then you're gonna spend another $40 on fucking name tapes for more militaria. Not to mention you gotta take it to an Asian dude to sew it up for you. My Asian dude happens to be John, who we did for free, so thank you, John. But the other guy in my town charges about $7 per patch. So it's kind of expensive, especially when you're adding airborne qualified patches and combat infantryman badges. So this was originally patched for 101st Airborne, but was missing the airborne tab and it was missing name tapes. Had a ghosting right here. John fixed it up real nice for me, so thank you again, John. Seriously, if anyone has any uniforms that want patched up, John does an excellent fucking job. He's the kind of douchebag that'll count his fucking stitches for you, so be sure to hit him up. So it is military reenactor, military history reenactor. I don't know, you guys know who John is. Next up, we have a sweat towel. Yeah. It's not sweat. I just poured it in the sink, so it's better.
Oh my god.
It's weird. When this towel dries, it gets stiff.
Yeah,
I'm not
it's
even
disgusting.
joking. So.
I think he's lying to us.
You put the cat up. I'm so sorry.
Sorry again for our apartment. It's messy. Sophia and Isabella slept over last night.
That was really gross.
Yeah.
Bella went
That does
missing.
not smell like water.
Ah. Oh my god.
That's you know what lays in this towel?
No.
Future generations of in-bush.
That's disgusting.
That's just what?
How does that make you
That
feel?
is disgusting. I probably look so bad right now, but that is disgusting.
No, you look good. You look very pretty right now.
You too.
At least he's not the one playing dress up and posting it online.
Yup.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the one I wanted to watch fucking flushed away last night. Next up.
That
we
was
have-
Bella.
That
Also,
was
that
Bella.
movie's great.
Oh, disclaimer. I'm probably not gonna do the giveaway stuff while I'm still here. I apologize. I'll get you guys back in a few months. when I come back, I'll redo. I just really don't have the time to go through all the videos, edit the videos, and pick a winner. I'm sorry. I found out I was leaving 2 weeks ago, so it's just been barely 2 weeks ago. It's just been a clusterfuck, getting my bills in line, seeing my family and friends. It's been hectic, and I apologize, and I promise as soon as I get back, I will have a winner. So please bear with me on that. Next up, I'm gonna take off the ruck so I can show you the ruck, and I'll move on to the rest of my gear.
I have a comment.
Yeah.
What happened to our little flushed away character from the flea market?
What was his name? Ralph or something?
Yeah.
He's in Poncho's cage. He was McDonald's toy.
Didn't we spend like $5? No, that was
No.
you. You spent it on a bottle opener.
No, a skeleton.
Skeleton.
So this is the lightweight rucksack. 101st Airborne. We've been using this. On top we have a bedroll. We have a poncho liner or whoopee and a rubberized poncho. So not included in this bedroll is the pneumatic air mattress. I don't know if you'll need to have it, but you could throw that in there with it. Now, next up right here is the machete. Now, I already have an E-tool attached. Most of the time you have one or the other, but I figured since I'm kind of covering 101st as a whole, it'd be okay if I had a machete and an E-tool. Speaking of E-tool, this is 1970, so you would start seeing M67 gear being used. One of which would have been the M67 E-tool carrier, as well as the M67 E-tool. This is actually still being used today. Over 50 years, and that piece is still being used. It's actually a pretty great shovel. Next, we have a modified Alice into M67 2-quart cover. So, I was gonna opt out to use my first pattern or second pattern 2-quart bladder, but I figured I'd stick it safe and go with M67, as that would be more common to see. Then moving down again, we have a claymore bag. A soldier can have claymore in there, personal effects most of the time. Same thing goes for the ammo can. Ammo can is regarded as the soldier's purse. In my ammo can, I tend to keep shaving cream, toothpaste, razors, any personal items I might need for hygiene, or magazines, or even pieces of paper and pencils. So that's pretty much it for the rucksack. I mean, I do have separate videos that are a bit older of what I carry in the inside, but it pretty much covers what I have in there still right now. So that is the lightweight rucksack. Moving on to the rest of my gear for 1970. Now, I really love doing 1970 just because I am in love with ERDL camouflage. It was, I want to say 1947 they started production, or like researching it, and they actually were able to start issuing it out around 68, 69. There's two types, the green dom and the brown dom. I'm wearing the green dominant, which is far more common to be seen in Vietnam, especially with Marines, 1st Cab, and 101st Airborne. Brown dom is not too commonly seen in Vietnam, but I do have a set of brown dom and a set of both. So, after this would have been the RDF, which kind of looks like woodland and this mixed together, and then woodland camouflage.
No!
The woodland camouflage.
I need it.
I hate you. Okay, flushed away is gone. So I really do love the ERDL camouflage. Honestly, I like it more than Tiger Stripe, so that's just my personal opinion. And I still think it's a very well-designed camouflage for the time and even up till today. So moving on to the pockets, not gonna go to the inside. Stop it! You're fucking retarded.
You can't use those words.
I said retard, not retard. Retard. You're a retard.
You can't use those words.
Next up, a lot of guys in the squad would have carried ammunition for the M60. I'm carrying 100 rounds of 7.62 ammo on 13 weeks.
His tongue stuck out.
So a lot of guys would have carried probably 100 rounds of that for the M60 operator, because if you're hauling the M60, the most rounds you probably want to carry for those days, I know the standards are a lot different now, is probably 300 rounds. So you want guys in the squad to have probably, in total, at least 1,000 rounds of ammunition for you. Next up is bandolier. A lot of the times, guys stop ditching. They're, stop moving. Just stay still. No, you're gonna fuck it up. Just stay still. a lot of guys started ditching their web gear equipment.
This video's been going on for 10 minutes.
It's my last fucking video before I leave. Just do this for me, alright? So it started ditching a lot of their equipment. You see here, I don't have suspenders on. I only have one ammo pouch. A lot of guys would ditch the belt altogether. I still think it's important to have a belt on because if you're ditching all your gear, you should at least still have at least 3 mags with you and 2 canteens. So on my belt, I do have a nylon trim canteen, a cotton trim canteen, and a first pattern F56 ammo pouch, which is a bit early for this, but I like using a lot of early war gear with late war impressions. I think it adds a little bit more experience to the grunt to say. And next up, we have the mix of the 2 grenades. These are the lemon grenades, which would have been issued post early war. And towards the end of the war, we started phasing them out to the baseball grenades that we still use today. Around this time, we would have seen both grenades being used together at the same time. Now, moving down, we have, I think I covered the bandolier already. A lot of times, guys would end up wearing bandoliers during this time. It's a little bit more convenient than a ton of ammo pouches, and it's a lot more lightweight. So, moving on, is a little bit more of a personal item. I'm taking off the belt. Because an issue with a lot of reenacting is everyone looks a little bit too cookie cutter. So if you can add your own gear or do it a different way, it's a lot better for you. Especially late war. I mean, in early war, there's a lot more regulations for everyone's gear to be exactly the same. Late war, you have a lot more freedom, which you see a lot of guys in the field using that freedom. It's a freedom that's never going to happen again in combat. I mean, look at guys now. They're about as strict as ever right now. But back then, it was roll up your sleeves, fucking cut the sleeves off your t-shirt. I mean, off your shirt. It's a lot more laid back versus now. So one thing I did like to add for myself, which you could have seen 101st Airborne guys using in 1970, is my NVA belt. And on my NVA belt, I do have a K-bar.
You're welcome.
For my beautiful girlfriend for Christmas. Now, I've talked about this fact many of times before, but to get Vietnam K-bar, you really can't get a fake reproduction. This might look black, but it is not black. It is actually a dark reddish brown. I go over this all the time when I bring up the K-bar. I think it's a cool fact, and it's something you should look for when buying a K-bar. It is a dark reddish brown versus a black. No one has been able to reproduce this color yet, as far as I know. And you're going to want to make sure you get a Vietnam era one. But if you do get a Vietnam era one, if you're airsofting, I do recommend getting the reproduction sheath so you're not ruining the original sheath. And of course, stay on top of the leather care. This goes pretty much it for my 1970 basic kit. Thank you for watching. Can't wait to make another video for you guys. Wish me luck. I'll touch base with you guys in a few months, and I'll be sure to do the giveaway video. I'm sure John or Cole will get into my channel and post some random shit. So, thanks for watching, guys. I love you all. I'm gonna miss all of you. You've all been a huge part of my lives, and God bless. Let's see ya.